What are we talking about?
Well, we're going to talk about what you got to. Why don't you start off with what you'd say to a young missionary?
Excuse me?
What would you say to a young missionary, somebody getting started, to encourage them to know what the work was and what to do?
First, we need to be right ourselves. We need to be fully equipped. You need to know at least as much as others know, and so you need to read. You need to read books. Not just any books, but books for your calling.
How much reading would you suggest they do a day?
Don't know. Depends on what stage of your work is at, I suppose, but our friend Spurgeon read 5 or 6 books a week. And he had a massive church, he had an orphanage, he had a mission agency, did all those things. So I don't know.
I tell them I think they ought to try to plan at least 1 hour a day, 5 days a week. Do you think that's too much? That's for personal growth. That's not Bible study.
Oh no, it's not even enough. But
not enough?
Probably not enough, and not an hour. But
well, I appreciate it. I'm glad.
Well,
they think I'm exaggerating.
Well, with Bible reading, you know.
Yeah, I'm not counting that. I'm talking.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. A couple of hours, and now with audiobooks, you can do that in your car. You can do it anywhere, all the time, and there's lots of books. And like it was last night. It was 10 o'clock, and we stopped. I finished the books. We stopped.
Tell us how to take care of your family on the field.
Well, they're number one priority. If you lose your family, if you don't have a work, you don't have a mission, you don't have anything. Waste of time. And the whole point of missions is to rebuild families, because that's the original unit that God had ordained, and then the church, and then government, in that order. So we work with the family, our family, show them how, and then we build a church, show them what that's God's thing for our age now is the church. Christ died for the church and gave himself for it. He loves the church.
Yes, he does.
And then there's the government. But the other two things should affect the government. And if it doesn't, then our first step has been wrong. So we need to work on the family. And that don't cost you any more to do that.
And you and your wife have been saved. I'm not saved. Married how long?
60 years.
60 years.
Yes.
And your children?
Well, as soon as we knew that we were expecting, we started praying for salvation, for Christian growth, for all the rest, praying for their mates, praying for families. So yeah, all of them been saved, all of them married godly people. Not all the grandkids are saved yet, but we're working on that too.
All right, let's go back to tell us how to do evangelistic work. I mean, you preached 5 and 6 times a day, and you were all over the country. So I just kind of help a young guy with that.
Well, I just go with it wherever there was an opportunity. So when the doors open, there's times when when you're in language school or whatever your field might be, when you're in language school, you got that to do, and you got a little bit of witness there, not much, but you got some. Even in language school, but then connections starts growing and growing and growing, and then you just preach. Somebody said, "Would you come and preach?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll preach." You just preach wherever, all the time, day and night, just whatever you can do, wherever you can do it.
And tell a little bit about your English ministry. You were there in England for a while too.
Yes, I went to England, and it was cold and hard, and there was sharp resistance against what we were as Americans, because the British thinks we're second-class English speakers.
and you said that the Hungarians and the Romanians were generous. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, not so much. The Hungarians particularly are. Hungarians are gracious and generous and warm-hearted. I mean, they're we kiss on both cheeks. Maybe you do in Peru too, I don't know, but we just like the French, we kiss on both cheeks. And they're warm and friendly and loving, but they're also fiery. I mean, they're fighting the top of my hat. Yes. But I'm half Hungarian, so I understand all that.
Okay, so tell us about your hunger for revival and church planting in America.
Yes, we have the man here that I've assigned him this job to establish a work training young people to do evangelism, church planting, in a smaller, not the mega church growth thing. That's not what we need. We need families. We need local churches. All this. That's what built this country. That's what made it a great country. Now, there's occasionally big church. Spurgeon had a big church. He couldn't help it. He told them to go somewhere else. He often did that, but they didn't want to do it. So if that happens, God bless you. But the majority of us are little people, and I'm one of those little. Yep. Not physically, but other than that.
Well, thank you very much. I just wanted to share that Brother Rice has been an extremely good friend of me for the last year, and his wife, and they got a great church here. And I just want to say thank you. You can push that red button whenever you want, and we'll see if they can fix this.